Okay, call me shamelessly biased, but we have to stop the presses and highlight this. Dr. Hartman is on the way, according to Dr. Hartman. For those of you that don't know who Dr. Hartman is, Mark Hartman is one of the most accomplished, gifted, wonderful piano players that inhabit our planet. And if he's on his way back to Puerto Vallarta, that makes me just so very happy because we're all in good hands whenever Mark is playing in town. He's an accomplished piano player. And if you are indeed on your way to Puerto Vallarta, Mark, I wish you safe travels and I wish for a rendezvous. Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to Coffee and Headlines. Here we are taking a look at headlines from our country, our city, our state, taking a look at your comments and your questions so that we can all make sense of this brand new year that we are enjoying here in Puerto Vallarta as a community of English-speaking locals. It is a pleasure to get together with you each and every day. So exciting that I even remain unshaved. Haha, just kidding. No, I will shave today. I actually will shave today because I want to look presentable so that I can go out and walk for tomorrow, which is Wednesday. We will have Taco Thursday this week. But we have all kinds of important news. I hope everybody's doing good this morning. We have oh dear, we have a lot of news. Oh, there you go. Dr. Hartman is landing this afternoon. That is wonderful. Anyhow, I'll look at all the comments, and in the second half of the broadcast, as usual, we have a lot of news about Omicron and COVID and vaccines, but I don't want you guys and gals, I don't want you friends, I don't want you cluster to get all worked up about this. There's enough worked up energy out there. Omicron is getting closer, but it is still not a cause for alarm. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about, we have a couple of what I'm calling a couple of eye rollers, eye rolling news. Where is that eye roller illustration that we used towards the end of the year? I must find her. We are going to need, there she is. Boom. Oh dear. Oh yes, she will come handy. She will come handy in a little while. Meanwhile, let us take a look at our news, and then we'll take a look at the weather, and we'll take it from there as usual. Here we go. Okay, so the Omicron variant has found its way to our state with 16 confirmed cases. This was stated by Governor Alfaro during a press conference yesterday morning. At the same time, state health authorities have emphasized that there are not enough cases yet, not enough cases at present time to begin considering new restrictions. All cases seem to have been detected in the Guadalajara metropolitan area and surrounding municipalities. The only thing we can do at this time, said our governor, is to continue with the mandates we already know, and we already know that, so that's what we can do. At the same time, authorities also announced that COVID related hospitalizations throughout the state went from 103 to 155 during the last week of 2021. And while this is somewhat concerning, again, it was also predicted and expected given the winter temperatures and holiday behavior we all know about. And I suppose it was also predicted and expected that the municipality that is now spearheading the new wave of COVID cases is Puerto Vallarta. Yes, the health board will meet again on Friday, January 14. So we should have more updates on any changes in health related mandates by then. Then we have all kinds of news and headlines regarding upcoming vaccination campaigns. The details are starting to trickle in, but not as quickly as some of us would like. For starters, all medical personnel working in public or private hospitals in Puerto Vallarta will have access to a third booster shot starting tomorrow. Not a third, well, a third shot, which would be the booster, not a third booster shot. Let's see. Health workers at public hospitals will receive the booster shot on site, while those working at private institutions will receive it at La Lija. It is expected that approximately 1,600 health workers will receive the vaccine at this time. And what's going on for the rest of us? Well, Dr. Jaime Alvarez Sayas, who oversees our sanitary region, also announced campaigns that will start this coming week without offering specific dates, times, or venues just yet. These campaigns include the second AstraZeneca shot for teenagers that received their first shot during the month of October, and booster shots for seniors. And for the first time, it was announced that now minors as young as 14 years of age will be able to get a COVID vaccine, regardless of whether they have pre-existing conditions or not. This somehow contradicts what our Health Undersecretary Hugo Lopez-Gatell had said previously about minors not getting vaccines. But what do we know? We're just messengers here. Let's take a look at the weather to see what's coming up for the next few days, and we'll take it from there. Oh dear. Elizabeth Holmes never should have admitted to basing her entire company around a magic 8 ball. Okay, so that's what snarky weather has to say. We know there's a lot of turmoil going on north of the border about Elizabeth Holmes and other issues. But we're going to focus on the weather. It is 25 degrees right now. It feels like 27. Humidity is high at 68%, and our temperature in Fahrenheit degrees is 77. What can we expect for today and the rest of the week? Well, for starters, today we're going to enjoy a clear day with a high temperature of 27 and a low temperature of 16. Tomorrow, Wednesday, will also be clear with a high of 27 and a low of 17. And then Thursday will be a clear day again with a high temperature of 26 and a low temperature of 15. So the weather is lovely right now for a good walk, and that's precisely what I'm going to do later on today. Moving right along, I have news from CEAPAL. CEAPAL has announced the closure of a portion of the Francisco Medina Asensio northbound lateral road in the stretch between Liverpool and Niza and Colonia Díaz Ordaz. This is going to be for improvements, and the closure will go into effect today and will continue at least until January 24. Do not be confused by this photograph, however, which shows the same northbound lateral but further up by the La Isla Shopping Center. We do have the original CEAPAL notice, which, by the way, was presented in English as well, continuing the trend that the new administration has implemented of presenting their news on Facebook in both English and Spanish, which we appreciate, of course. But as you can see, the closure will be right where Blockbuster Video used to be, across the street from Office Depot. So if you spend time around, driving through this general part of the city, be mindful of the fact that you can expect some delays. nothing major. Now, this next news item is, well, it's kind of amusing. Well, it is amusing to me because Mayor Michel has organized a big to do to announce improvements in Palmar de Aramara involving the pavement of several streets within the neighborhood. But curiously enough, there was absolutely no mention of the completion of the one project in the colonia that was begun by the previous administration and is yet to be completed, and that would be the pavement of Montessori Street, which we have discussed here at Coffee and Headlines on a number of occasions. I actually could witness this firsthand when I went shopping for my outfit for the December 30th concert. I went to Liverpool, and on the way back home, I decided, you know what the heck, I'm going to walk all the way home. And that's when I made my quick stop at Tacos Roque and described that. Then I walked through Aramara in anticipation that we will do a Colonia Spotlight there at some point in the near future. And indeed, while parts of Montessori Street are completed, there's still a portion right next to Medina Asensio that has yet to be completed. In last time we discussed this, it was brought to our attention that it is the real estate developer that is also involved in forking in efforts to finish the project, and maybe, just maybe, they haven't done that yet. Hopefully this will be done, because I know that folks that live in or around Montessori would like to see that project completed, certainly before the rains return in a few months. So let's hope that that is actually what is going to happen. And now let me share the two eye rollers that I had mentioned before. The first one has to do with all the he said, she said going on regarding the New Year's Eve celebration cancellation. Governor Alfaro was questioned about, what happened in Puerto Vallarta. And he stated that he, and I quote, had a direct communication with the mayor, who informed him that the celebration was canceled. And he also went on to say, well, we cannot say one thing and do another. Meanwhile, we know that City Hall claims they sent out an official statement shortly before New Year's Eve that an agreement had been reached with the state government about the fireworks, but our governor has no knowledge of said communication. Clearly, this is going to be a plot that thickens ever so slightly in the next few days. And we may or may not find out what the outcome of the whole situation will be. And then this one is amusing because sometimes I think, am I being too snarky when I report the news? Oh no. Other news outlets have been snarkier than me when they have shown this photograph of our lovely city government receiving lots of attention and praise for this innovative approach to fixing, well, the picture says it all. This is a nice use of a chair, which I suppose you can also use to sit down if you want to take a break. And apparently this is happening right along Francisco Medina Asensio, which is our city's main throughway. And hopefully the city will pay attention to this and will fix it properly and promptly. I have one more to share with you before we jump into our comments. I picked this one from the New York Times. Apparently, there is a software engineer that created an online word game for his partner, and the game has gone viral. The game consists of guessing a specific 5-letter word in English by writing down 5 options, one at a time, on each one of the rows. The game will tell you how many of the letters you used are on the actual secret word. And if you don't guess the secret word by the 6th try, you are screwed. So watch me make a fool of myself because I love these things. It'll take a second. So I'm going to try a 6-letter word. Let's see. Let me try lover. And there's an E on the main word. So let me try never. Oh, there's no R. Okay. Clever. No, but there's no V. No, no, I'm not going to play this while we're talking because I'm going to obsess, and you don't need me obsessing about words while we are trying to have a connection here. But I will certainly leave. Oh my God, what is that doing there? I will leave you with a link to this word game so you can try it on your own and you can embarrass yourselves in private. Well, maybe you are better with English words than I am. I always try to get better, but I'm never better. Anyhow, here are your comments for today. I see a lot of good mornings, and it's great to see them. We've announced Dr. Hartman, who's on his way. I want to know where you're going to be playing, Mark, and what you're going to be doing. Um, let's see what else we have. Alan continues to patiently count days until his arrival, um, which is a great way to tell a story and keep people engaged, by the way. Good storytelling is so important when you do advertising online. And we've talked about this before. Let's see. Albert, oh no, Albert's flight was canceled. That is not good. Hopefully, you can resume your flight tomorrow. Let's see what else we have. Um, Christy, it is always great to see you. I see you quite frequently these days because I'm crocheting with some of the lovely yarn you gifted me. Yay. Let's see what else we have. Do 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 do. Of course, I'm looking for comments with a Q. I forgot to mention that. If you have important things to say, um, please add a letter Q so that we can be on the lookout for them. Da 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 da. This doesn't have a Q, but when I had my credit card hacked, I lost my monthly payment to buy me a coffee. Can't figure it out. Janet, do me a favor, send me a note privately, and I'll try my damnedest to get you straightened up as far as your payments are concerned, which should not be very complicated, I hope. And I certainly hope you were able to safeguard your credit card after it was hacked. Let's see. Puri papa. Oh, Anna, I just don't understand why people insist on going out to party in the middle of the COVID pandemic. Crowds spread COVID, and we all know that. Do you want to party or do you want to live a healthy life? Anna, I am going to say in increasing defense of people that are disregarding mandates. I know that I can see around myself that there are a number of people that are just tired, and some people have more or better coping mechanisms than others. And I think that's just an unfortunate nature of the beast. And we've said this before, and we'll say it again. The best thing we can do is take care of our own decisions and ourselves first and foremost. Oh dear. Let's see. Da 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 da. Oh, thank you, Michael. This is just a nice wish for everybody, everyone. Hoping everyone is doing well. Happy New Year. Well, Happy New Year to you. Um, Javier laughs at Lake Montessori. Yes, hopefully they'll fix that street seriously, because not only is it an important street for traffic, it's a beautiful street. Um, let's see what else I see. Word games are obsessive. If you play word games that I should know, please share your favorite word games in the comments, because it'll be nice to know. This Wordle, I found myself drawn to it. And of course, I will try my 6 tries and I may succeed or fail. And then it resets. You can play it again in a few hours. And so that keeps you from obsessing too much, I suppose. Um, Let's see. Late today, ran to Costco and was there when it opened, and it was insanely busy. I'm sorry to hear that, Dan, but I'm also happy to know that, because sometimes I've thought to myself, well, maybe if I go to Costco at 8 or 8:30 in the morning, whenever they open, it won't be so bad. I tried to go to Costco on Sunday afternoon, and I dashed into the restroom because I needed to go there, But then I decided I'm not staying, and I don't know when there will be a good time to go to Costco. I'm tickled by a memory not too long ago in Trisha Lyman's board. Hello, Trisha. Somebody posted, "What is the busiest? No, what is the best time to go to Costco to avoid the crowds?" And our dear Logan answered, "July." Just in one word, July. Ah, let's see. What do they paint? Why do they paint the trunks of trees white? Oh, that's an easy one, Kathy. The paint has a certain chemical that prevents ants and other insects to climb up the tree trunks and, you know, become a problem for the tree. And this is the reason why tree trunks are painted white here in Mexico. I'm always amused when I see that question because the part of there's a part of me that thinks they must paint trees white everywhere because other places must also have problems with ants and such. But ever since I can remember, the tree trunks are painted white here in Mexico. Uh, Oh, this is a nice theory for that chair. Thank you very much. It appears there was a single chair accident in the middle of the street. The driver seems to have eluded the authorities by swimming away in the caca water. That is just so dark and sinister. I love it, Mark. It is absolutely dark and sinister. Logan has a good theory. Everybody's buying their pan de rosca for Three Kings Day. I found an amazing, if not very complete but interesting story of bread in Mexico that I'm putting together to share with you guys because bread, it's not native to Mexico. Bread came to Mexico with wheat, which came with the Spaniards. So we will be figuring that out sometime in the near future, and we will be adding it to the list of things that we can talk about some days when we don't have enough things to talk about. Which reminds me, I'm already collecting ideas for the next Dia de los Inocentes, or Mexican April Fool's Day, as we call it affectionately here. It's not until December, but last year I started collecting in January. Let's see what else we have. Do, 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 do. Boosters for 50 to 60-year-olds. That's just a question from Luis. And Luis, we care much about this type of information, and rest assured that we will share information as soon as it becomes available. Trust me, I will, because that is my age range. So once we know, we will be so happy to share the information here. All that has been announced is the continuation of booster shots for seniors at this time. Kathleen plays wordscapes on her phone. I'm going to look that one up. Thank you. Um, no freaking way. I was going to say the other F word. Oh my God, just pulled up Wordle and got it correctly on my second try. You are my good luck charm, Paco. I am envious because I haven't been able to get a single good one, but that's just me. I'm a Spanish speaker. Um, has Costco opened gas pumps yet? Yes, they did. Last month, it was in December or November. I forget. Yeah, they've been operating for a while, Bill. Are all those little houses on the Malecon going away, or are they permanent? Oh my goodness. I think they're supposed to go away on the 15th, along with all the Christmas chingaderas. At least that's what they said. Let us pray that they are not permanent, Paula. More confirmation that Costco gas station is open. This would make sense given the fact that Kathleen's wonderful Licks is right across the street. So there you have it. It is from the termites, says Angelica, not the ants. It is from termites that trees are being protected when they're painted white. Thank you very much for that. Heather offers an interesting perspective. Staying disciplined and away from crowd is also a function of age. I'm doing it, but honestly doubt I could have when I was decades younger. I ask myself this question quite frequently, and I wonder if it applies to you. So I'm going to relate. Um, when I stay home a lot, I because I enjoy staying home a lot. Thank goodness I have a lot of things to keep myself entertained here. Not to mention my dear Luna, who's are you still back there? Yeah, Luna's sitting on the chair right behind me. Luna, out of focus, Luna. There you are. There she is. Anyhow, I frequently ask myself, am I staying home because of my disposable income limitations? Am I staying home because I'm depressed? Am I staying home because I really enjoy it? Am I staying home because I have no choice? And my main concern here is I would never want to stay home because I'm too depressed to go out. I say that only because depression is something that I need to personally watch myself for, and I love being home, but if you feel like you're staying home and following guidelines because you are sad or depressed, it is important to, I think, to share that. And my wish for anyone that is feeling uncomfortable with their well being is that you find a way to work through it. I think what Heather said is absolutely true. I think age has a lot to do with how we carry ourselves. So I hope everybody's doing well. That's my bottom line. Tammy asks, do we know which vaccine is going to be used for the booster? Not at this time, Tammy. I suppose it's the same vaccine that was used for the booster in the last half of December, and honestly, I forget what that was. As soon as we know, we will gladly share that information. Cindy says we love licks, and I couldn't agree better. Da, 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 da. I saw on YouTube channel that Querétaro also put up an ice rink for Christmas. Everybody puts up these ice rinks. It seems to be like a tradition, and I suppose part of me gets it. I suppose part of me doesn't care that much about ice skating anymore. But yeah, it's something that gets done a lot out there. Um, uh, Thank you very much, Anna. Love your sincerity and open honesty. It has more to do with just being a plain old regular human being like anybody else. I mean, um, we're all riding on this boat together, and it only makes sense that we are all feeling, uh, the feels when we have to feel the feels. And I appreciate the fact that you know we try to have this environment to do that. And oh, thank you very much, Kate. There you go. So last month, the booster shot was AstraZeneca, and we just announced that there was a huge AstraZeneca shipment that came into the state of Jalisco. So going back to you, Tammy, we can be fairly certain that the booster shot will be AstraZeneca for those of us that will be receiving it sometime in the near future. And this brings us to the end of today. Today is Tuesday. Again, we will have Taco Thursday this week instead of Tuesday. Tomorrow we will have Walking Wednesday, and that is a given because again, I've been in the house for a couple of days, and it's time to get out there. So if you are out there, just be mindful of your surroundings as always. Try not to let the Omicron news get to you. We know it's going to get interesting. We know this is pretty much inevitable. So let us do the best we can to start the year with as much as we can of a positive outlook, and try not to get too worked up with with too much information. As always, stay kind, stay happy, stay well informed, but stay chilled as much as you can. Share precious moments with your friends, and come back whenever you're ready for more headlines, news, and stories here at Coffee and Headlines. Great to see you. Have a great day, and I'll see you soon.